a legend literally right now. So absolutely incredible, man. So majestic, so beautiful on a battlefield such as the field of StarCraft, where so much carnage and devastation is absolutely, a must. It's just nice to see some of these birds just kind of fly around majestically. So here we go. Let's get into game, guys. Starting over here, again, on the top left side, it is ISG's B-Lord. Nobody has a pull down just yet, except as I say that, Cat's grabbing his at 15, as well as B-Lord mirroring both players at the moment. So here we go. A little bit of a defensive start from both players, so most likely 15 hatch, and then we'll see either 15 or 16, 15 pool, and then we'll see either 15, 16 hatch. I want to welcome you guys in. Good morning to those waking up in the States on a beautiful Sunday morning as this. Welcome in to any of my European viewers that are watching all the way from Europe, from Italy. Hola. ¿Qué pasa? And also welcome to all my viewers from South America, all of my Portuguese guys. Love you all. Thank you guys all for the support, and especially all my pecas in SK2TV.ru. Thank you all for watching, my friends. Thank you for having your balalaika. Thank you for having your medved. Thank you for watching. I show you good StarCraft, strong StarCraft from South America. Ruket и ISG B-Lord. Yeah, wouldn't that be just something I try to actually broadcast with an accent? I actually would have to try to actually do that. I would have, it's weird. Some people I actually ask, they're just can you just speak Russian with the Russian accent? I'm like, it kind of doesn't work like that, even though I can. It doesn't work like that. Either you have the accent or you don't. It's weird, and it sucks because, of course, the Russian accent I think is probably one of the best accents. It's really awesome. So, I mean, I'm really sad I lost mine at a very early age, and now I sit depressed and I drink vodka. I don't. I'm just kidding. I sit and I sit and I cast broadcast from home. I drink. I play StarCraft. Okay. Anyways, guys, so here we go. B-Lord is sending a couple links in. Again, these guys are just going to be little nice scouting links. They're not really out to do much damage. As B-Lord gets on in there, he wants to get into the main mainly, and there we go. Getting on in there, of course, Queen off the creep, not going to be able to chase it. The one in the main will have to stop it, and as we see, I mean, he got basically whatever he needed to find out about the gas, got enough range to see the spawning pool. Might not know exactly about the speed, but I think both players are at least doing something similar. Now, meanwhile, on the backside over here, at the top left, we got the 3-queen build by our player B-Lord, getting that 3rd queen out, able to hold off any aggression. It looks like Cats at least attempted to focus down a couple of the drones, but eventually were able to. Ooh, now this is something very interesting. Really quick roach horn, so we should probably, there we go, see the double gas getting taken. So B-Lord going something, I guess if you want to call it, similar towards compared to last game, but again, he is kind of putting himself in a little bit of a slightly risky situation because, again, the roaches are going to take quite a while to produce, and the roach horn as well. Now, depending on what Cats decide to do and how much larva he's saving, and as well as his economy, we could see quite a few links popping out pretty soon, and maybe just that speedling aggression might be a little tough for Cats to handle. As we take a look and see, not exactly a wall off here either. The links could just run on free in here, not exactly walling anything off. So the SimCity not 100% agreeing on, but B-Lord, it's B-Lord, man. You're a better player than I am. And I guarantee you're a better Zerg player than I am. Guarantee you're a better Zerg player than I am, so I'm not going to question it too much. So, as the game goes on, I mean, just nothing too really crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary. Cat's getting his lair up, getting a spire, so Cat's, of course, being a little bit of the aggressive Zerg he is, being not afraid of anything whatsoever at all, getting all 4 of his gases, so typically a good indicator for spire just in general. Sometimes we usually see the gases, all 4 of them, get taken prior to the spire getting taken, but at this point, I mean, he should have more than enough gas to be able to take anything on. Now, things that I am worried about a little bit for Cats is the fact that, in case maybe some kind of quick roach timing attack does come across the map right now, or just in general, a bunch of roaches start heading across the map, I'm not sure if Cats will have enough defenses. He'll have to get a lot of spine crawlers. Have to get a lot of spine crawlers to be able to defend all these roaches, and plus over here on the backside he does have a couple queens, so unless really B-Lord is taken completely by surprise by a huge pack of mutas, I think he's going to have to be very, very careful and cautious how he handles and controls the mutas as well. And plus, of course, the overlords spread everywhere across the map. It's going to be very hard to hide the mutas as he walks across the map, and of course, that's going to give time for for the static defense and spore crawlers to pop up. We got the third hatch right over here getting taken as well. Roach Warren speed is just almost halfway done. We've got the double Evo chambers there. We're going on the backside. I actually really like the SimCity because, again, that blocks off some of the run-by corridors. And now, there we go. We finally got that wall off with the second Overlord. Back over here, Cat's still sitting pretty good with his drone count, 56 to 45, 57 to 45, getting the first mutas on out there, and right as the Overseer flies on in there, going to find out about them right at home. And that's going to supply block B-Lord for just the time being, and as well, that's going to kind of, you know, I don't know, at this point, the mutas, I don't really know if they're going to really are out to do some sort of big economic damage. At this point, they're basically going to clear out all the Overlords, supply block the hell out of B-Lord. But Cats does want to go for... Oh, never mind. Doesn't want to go for an attack. He's actually going to go defend against these roaches. And I got to sneeze. I got to sneeze as these roaches come up. Oh man, okay, there we go. That's what I was worried about right there. I had to sneeze really bad. And this is what I was talking about. Cats would have to be very careful against some kind of roach timing attack. Over here in the main, everything getting attacked, and this is good. This is just very hard to hold off again. The mutas don't attract any real serious. They don't attract the DPS because they can't fire up into the air. So all the drones are getting focused down at this point. Everything in the natural is in trouble as well. Now, Cats need to Cats needs to get an overseer of his own right now and be able to defend all this. He's losing so much of his economy while he's trying to defend all this. As we take a look and see, the drone counts have actually fairly evened up. 47 to 48, actually, B-Lord taking the lead, so he has had to kill quite a few substantial amounts. It looks to be 13 to be exact, and finally all the mutas are able to clear it out with the additional roach defense. So, not too bad of a deal. At this point, Cats could actually just really heavily drone up to the third hatch and, you know, either set up a counterattack after that or, you know, just do something else. Now, this is something kind of funny because I'm seeing this from almost all the South American players this weekend that are Zergs. They don't bring their Overlords back. They actually, sometimes a lot of them get the speed upgrade for the Overlords, and they just don't send them back. They actually just let them sit in the middle of the map. They just let them die. So, okay, there we go. Finally setting everything back. Now, Cats, again, has probably be hunting as quick as possible, trying to get some of these, and of course, he's heading across the map right now, going to be able to catch at least a couple of these, which is going to be really nice, and B-Lord is going to be continually supply blocked. He's trying to get 4 Overlords out right now, but you know, he might actually need more than that to be able to unsupply block himself, and as we see, still is. So again, not really exactly a position that B-Lord wants to be in. Now, some of the Hydras are pushing this back, and again, now we're starting to see a lot of the transition into the standard composition, which is Roach, Hydra, Infestor, which is nothing too crazy, nothing too out of the ordinary. Now, what I am liking out of Cats right now, he is getting his 2-2. 2-missile attack is about halfway done, getting his 2 Carapace. What does B-Lord have, actually, though, on his upgrade count? He actually only has 1 Carapace, so not only is his 2 Carapace behind, he still doesn't have 1 attack. Beautiful transfuses on the Overlord trying to save it. I mean, preventing basically a supply block for the most part, but Cats has to be careful and make sure not to waste any mutas as he is coming across the map. Bring everything back. I mean, at this point, Cats, just get your infestors out, macro up, and he should be good again. I don't want to sound like I'm a big Cats fanboy, but I usually like his creative, very early game aggressive style, but at this point he does have to transition properly into the late game, and as we've seen throughout this weekend, usually the games that Cats has faltered, it is usually due to lack of infestors. Last game, I guess, sort of a similar case. At that point, just B-Lord was able to take the third hatch and out-muzzle him, kind of a little bit of an opener where Cats invested too much into his attack, and B-Lord had a very solid defense. As it is, though, the game fairly even. Again, a little bit pesky and annoying for B-Lord to deal with all this, especially that he can't really mine comfortably from his third hatch at the moment, and it doesn't look like he really honestly wants to. It doesn't look like he honestly wants to. I mean, he's only got 46 drones to 51. That's about more than enough to saturate actually 2 bases. Doesn't even realistically need a third. But Cats does have to be a little bit careful back here because, again, there is a big army walking around. Lots of Hydras, lots of Roaches as well. What does Cats have for defense? It looks like he just has a big pack of roaches, but he will need a lot more to be able to hold this off, even with upgrades. I think the numbers are just too much in favor of B-Lord. Now taking a look on the backside over here, the mutas are continuing to harass. Looks like we're going up to 15, 14, 15, there we go. 16 workers, and I mean, Cats at this point is actually just focusing down a lot of this economy, and of course this really hurts right now, B-Lord, because the more you kind of get caught with your pants down and your economy really low, the worse it's going to kind of get for you. Now Cats is heading across the map. Is he actually going to go for a base trade situation? Oh my god, we're actually going to see this happen. I cannot believe this. And Cats is pulling back into his main. He lost a lot of his overlords that were positioned over here. He's completely supply blocked. No capability of producing additional units, even though he's got such a high mineral account as well as a lot of gas. Now the first roaches basically are getting sacrificed right away, and yeah, this is honestly really going to be turning into a base trade situation. He needs to make sure he at least keep a couple of drones alive so he can, you know, build an extractor somewhere or something like that, because, you know, at this point I don't think Cats is going to have an opportunity to win this. I'm like, he just lost all of his mutas and all of his roaches that went for the counterattack, so that is going to do it for game number 2 and the series as well. Congratulations to ISG's B-Lord for taking it 2-0. So good job. Alright guys, well, that's going to do it for our first series. Let's take